welcome to the next episode of KapVista Klips. Today we've got Suror here from Talent here, and we're excited to talk about what he's been doing, his successes in the past, and what the outlook for the HR recruitment market looks like. How are you?
Good, mate. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure.
So we'll jump straight in. I'm really interested to find out about your story. I want to tell the audience you as a founder, how successful you've been, and what you're looking to do.
Thanks. So about me, where do I start? I have in the last decade, I have spent my time building my own businesses and have sold them successfully. I've built 3 successful businesses and I've exited. 2 of them being acquired by multi-billion-dollar organizations.
Wow.
As part of their growth and their strategy for their portfolio. In the APAC region, I've also held titles at a regional APAC director for a global system integrator, which I took from 43 staff to 343 staff in a space of 19 months. That was phenomenal growth. Working with enterprises across the globe, predominantly providing IT services, IT managed services, resourcing, system integration to the likes of the biggest airline, one of the biggest airline known to us, which is Qantas. Running projects right from $5 million to the largest project that I've delivered is $26 million, with a on cost over the next 4 years of, let's say, roughly about 23 million on top of the 26 million. So in relations to my personal businesses, I've always moved with the market. I've always moved with what's happening, what's going to be coming around the horizon. For example, back in 2009, I built a consulting company doing system integration, building various applications for insurance companies, the large insurance companies in Australia, providing big data. We started with Excel spreadsheets, and then we moved on to building applications for those organizations, sold that successfully to a global consulting firm. After that, the .com era kicked in. So started a digital marketing agency, built that, and then it moved to morph into, again, system integration, consulting, building applications, build that business from ground up, working from my bedroom to 52 employees.
Wow.
In Australia, and sold that to a global SI, which I became the MD, taking them from strength to strength in Australia that I mentioned earlier. That particular business in India, you're 2 families, in my opinion. You're part of the 2 families. That's the entire Indian economy is run by these 2 families. It's either you're a Birla or you're a Tata. So that was it. To Birla, was very, very successful there. And during that time, I found out that the recruitment industry, the talent sourcing industry is a mess because the amount of hiring that I was doing, some of the stories that I'll be able to share with you over a coffee was horror stories, if I was to tell you that now, but just for time's sake, maybe another time. I think it's, asking for an apple, you get an orange. I decided to do some research and find out, because I spent in 1 quarter, for example, in my role as the APAC MD, I spent about $1.3 million in recruitment. But that was amazing. That was with the right recruiters, the boutique and specialist recruiters. And as part of that, I got a call from the CFO saying, "Look, you're spending too much money, mate. What's going on? We need to stop this. We need to find another strategy." So I worked 6 months on finding another strategy alongside my HR, which is a huge team of 300 talent acquisition / HR personnel. Couldn't find anything. So decided to venture out, leave a job that was paying me over $750,000 a year, and ventured out and started E-Link. E-Link went from strength to strength, and now it's morphed into this new marketplace, which we call it Talenteer. Rebranded everything. Talenteer started in the 2nd of February, operated the 2nd of February under another business name, but officially as a company on the 7th of August last year. Since then, we have landed close to 20 hypergrowth, Fortune 500, ASX listed and NASDAQ listed companies. To give you some names, the likes of DXC, Dell Computers, Lenovo, and so on. So as our clients, and these guys use us to source talent across the board, whether that is full-time, whether that's contractors, sourcing those in IT individuals, the technical individuals, the C-suite personnel from our marketplace. And yeah, so that's a very snapshot of my history and where we are at now.
Awesome. So you are different to the normal founder we see because you have that experience, that track record. From what it sounds like is that you are a high net worth yourself. And now you're, instead of sitting back and relaxing, you want to build something to change the industry, which is actually quite inspiring. That you're looking to change and better and improve a new industry. Am I right? Am I hitting the nail on the head with that one?
Absolutely. I mean,
I'm not sure.
Just to take a step back, recruitment industry have not been disrupted since 2004, when LinkedIn launched. But LinkedIn has gone so far to the left in terms of what it was supposed to be originally, right? And it's ripe for a true disruption. Everyone's talking about, look, I'm a disruptor, I'm this, I'm that. When it comes if you look at the core of the business, it's basically a different spin, a different look with the same old processes. What we have done is we have built a global talent sourcing marketplace for hiring managers to hire vetted candidates. There's a clear distinction between vetted candidates and candidates that you just get CVs and you post a job, you get 80, 90 CVs, which waste time of the client, right? Which waste time of the candidates that are actually genuine, right? Our system matches the job seeker and the hiring person in a way that it's basically enabling them to find each other using artificial intelligence in the best possible way that is cost cutting and time saving. At the same time, getting the right candidate. The most important thing in this particular industry in today's world is finding the right candidate, but finding any candidate. There's shortage of talent across the globe, right? Our system eliminates 8 or 9 different obstacles that talent sourcing managers, job seekers themselves, as well as TA function faces, which is cost, quality, time, quantity of talent. When I say quantity of talent, do not mean 80, 90 candidates. Quantity of talent, sourcing them from different mediums through one marketplace that enables them to have an engine that's basically kind of like a roundabout churning. And on top of that, you get the vendor rationalization. So for example, if you've got talent sourcing vendors, our system can tell which vendor is providing you the best resource at what cost to give you the strategy to work on the next quarter, to the next year, to the next 2 years roadmap. And a lot of TA people that we talk to currently face this, have this issue and the dilemma that they can't even build their next 2-year plan because of COVID, because of other obstacles and shortage of talent. So our system enables that. And then the latest projects that we're working on is the diversity inclusion, helping the First Nation personnel in Australia, bringing those First Nation suppliers of talent to the marketplace to offer their services to our customers, which they normally don't get directly because these enterprise customers don't work with one or two smaller companies, but us as the main vendor, a major supplier, working with them, which we own the contract. Those guys can now work with this, the smaller players can work. So we kind of leveling the playing field, as opposed to just going constantly to the, let's call it tier one. It's not to say that tier one has not joined us. So there are two of the largest tier one technology vendors are talking to us to put 50,000 to 100,000, excuse me, users of their unutilized staff, which we got this other solution called benching solution, into the system to be able to offer their services to our customers for our projects. Our projects have started with 1, 2, 3 placements into these organizations across different countries, but now we're looking about, it went to 1 to 3 to double digits, and now we're looking at triple digits to thousands of people per project. So the system's power has been, starting to get harnessed. And the way we see it, we're going to be the future of talent, whether people like it or not. It's going to be either with the new or die with the old.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how we see it.
Well, it sounds like you have a pretty talented team yourselves. Can you tell us about your team, how you came together?
Absolutely. So the team is amazing. So I'll speak about them each individually. I've got a gentleman by the name of Malcolm Bentley, who was the ex-global head of talent acquisition for the likes of Oracle, Microsoft, Qatar Airways.
Wow.
And that's just to give you guys some household names, SDL and various other organizations. I met actually Malcolm as he was my client. And the more I spoke to him, the more he understood it. He said, let's do something together. He started as an advisor, and then now he's my COO. So he's got roughly about close to 3 decades of experience in talent acquisition space.
Yeah.
And then I've got as our head of SVP of sales, global VP of sales. I've got Jason Foster, who held some of the largest accounts for Dell EMC, which is a service provider for Dell and various other technologies, holding some of the largest accounts, like Westpac, as an example, was one of his largest accounts, Rio Tinto, BHP, and so on. So Jason has been, bringing Jason on board has been phenomenal to our business in the sense that in a space of 6 to 9 months, he's brought in about 16 Fortune 500 ASX listed companies, not just in Australia, in multiple countries as an account where they're looking to source talent, and some of them already started to source talent through us. Under SOW, directly from the system to be able to do it. So we have a white gloving approach with those guys because it's so big and the projects are so big. And then we've got 2 people in North America now. So we've got Patrick Cleary, who's our VP of sales, and we just hired our CEO for North America. His name is Joe Gillette. So Joe built his own business from ground up in a telecommunication space, from 0 to $50 million.
Wow.
And then he exited it at, I think, a valuation of 500 mil. So Joe said, look, I can easily go start my own business, but this thing that you guys are doing is phenomenal. I could be doing a fraction of, what I could achieve here. So I want to join forces. Please make a seat for me. I don't care if it's a salesperson. I don't care if it's an account manager. I just want to join and get the ball rolling with you guys. So that's the current team. We are looking to expand the team drastically.
Yeah. Well, that's phenomenal. I mean, the caliber of talent that you have and their experience really shows, the power behind Palantir as a brand, as a company, and as a disruptor for the next stage. So if I understand correctly what Palantir is, it is a global recruitment and talent acquisition marketplace powered by AI to find the best vetted candidates to save money and time for major corporations. And you've got clients like Dell Computers, like TNT, FedEx, that sort of thing. So you're really well, I would say that you're a growth stage startup as opposed to, a early stage startup, because the caliber of people you have around you, the caliber of clients you have, and the advancement of where you are is far beyond where your normal early stage startup would be.
Absolutely. So in the last, let's say 12 months, I've had other startups, mate, right? So I know where other startups go, and this is a hyper growth startup.
Yeah.
Right. It's not your traditional startup in the sense that we have revenue generating, we have contracts with enterprises. In enterprise, I've done enterprise sales before. Enterprise sales traditionally takes you about 6 to 9 months to just get one single account. But we've already got those accounts. Those accounts are active. They're generating revenue for us. They're sourcing personnel to us. But it's not just those enterprise people that we've got. We've got hypergrowth mid-sized organizations. For example, one of the companies, I can't disclose who they are just for confidential reasons, but they raised $6 billion.
Wow.
Capital, right? And they started using us about 6 months ago. They changed their whole TA strategy. They told us to put our TA person so they can start using the Talenteer system into their business. And they're going to hire close to 3,000 people in the next 12 months. And we're looking at about 20% of their hires to come through us. So you're looking at about 600 hires. And each hire for us, revenue-wise, just to give you a smidgen of the average revenue for us, and this is net profit per hire, is close to about $9,000. You multiply 600 by $9,000.
That is huge. That is huge.
Very impressive.
Yeah, so we are looking to go through internal growth, go through a sizable hiring internally to manage those accounts, to deliver on those accounts, the human element, because the system is operating and it's doing brilliant, right? But as a founder, as a human, I know that there's a human element that needs to be involved in any business. Yes, our overhead costs are next to nothing. It's peanuts in terms of our revenue. Yeah. But the human element is really, really important for our business.
Yeah,
We've definitely learned that.
Yeah. Well, any startup knows that pain. Any investor who's been involved with startup knows the human element is where people need help, and you've identified it, and you're helping companies, hypergrowth companies, address that. So that's incredible. Okay, let's get to, you've touched on some of the clients and partners, but you want to give a bit of a rundown of the brands that you're working with, which will only build the reputation for Talenteer.
Yeah, so to give you an idea, we got FedEx, TNT, Dell, Lenovo, and all these organizations. They go through. So our system has 5 features to it, 5 different hiring mechanisms. You can hire from within, which talks to your attrition rate. Attrition rate of an average company is between 9% to 15%. And for a bank, like for example, I'm going to throw a tier 1 bank, right? The 15% attrition rate in the space of a year is roughly about $4.7 million in costs. Wow. Our system can eliminate that at 0 cost to you, right? You can hire from within your organization. Then you can hire from Talenteer, the vetted Talenteer pool. If you still haven't found people, you can hire from our vendors. So we got vendors, tier 1, 2, 3, MSPs, consulting companies, SIs, that our clients, like the likes of Dell's, the likes of, Suror and so on, so can, if they don't have talent for as little as 1 day to as long as 24 months, instantly go in there and hire people for that period of time. No delays, right? Everyone's talking about, I can't find the right talent because they're sitting in another business. What we've done is enable those businesses that don't have enough work for them to offload them, share them with others, right? You don't lose the talent there. So you hire them from the bench, then you can hire them from, if you still haven't found them, from recruitment agencies. So let's call it 900 recruitment agencies, 4,000 specialist recruiters across 19 countries. You can hire them. So if you think about it from like a bullseye kind of thing, you're starting very small internally, then you go bigger and bigger and bigger until you find it. If you still haven't found it, you're looking for a unicorn and it doesn't exist. And a lot of clients do that, where they put 3-4 roles. The clients that we have, they have very unique requirements. A lot of the work that we do is in IT space because IT is big, and it's for us it's great. For them it's great because our system looks at vetting them around their qualification, certification, working rights, daily rates, availability to work, and salary as an example, salary, weekly, monthly, yearly, whatever it is. It gives you that information well in advance. So these clients love that, right? The TA people, when they talk to us, they said that, for example, one of our clients spent, I think, $12 million on implementing a human capital management system. They said, we would love to use you. We'll wait till this, I'm not going to mention who they are. We'll wait till this contract is finished, and then we'll just use you guys for all of these things because your system does 90% of what we do.
Wow.
When we heard that they said that, then I said, okay, look, we're underpriced, guys. Let's get the price up, but we're not going to do that. We're in a space to help people and at the same time grow and generate revenue. But we want to become the first brand that pops in your head when you're looking to hire or you're looking for a job. It has to be the first brand. It should be Talent Team.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, that's exciting. The recruitment space has been ripe for disruption for quite a while. It is very disconnected, and it sounds like what you're doing with your five layers is connecting it, giving it a holistic approach, making sure employers are getting the best talent, in the shortest amount of time for the cheapest amount possible, because it is very difficult to find talent in the current marketplace. More so than ever, people are struggling to hire. So let's now touch on the raise. How much you're raising? What's it being used for? What's the offer, and what's the momentum you've had so far?
So we had some great momentum. We are looking to raise 15 mil to expand our global operations. And the main focus is because a lot of our clients are Fortune 500. These guys are head office location is over in North America. So we're looking to use a lot of that for North America hires to put more boots on the ground, help Joe and Pat in relation to account managers, business development managers, customer success managers, and so on. So then we're also looking to use some of that revenue, or let's call it a cap raise, to build our product further. And where we want to be is we want to be bigger than the biggest, let's say, marketplace out there. We currently have this new ability that's just about to launch, which is going to enable organizations to source from a list of 1.3 billion people. So LinkedIn is 700 million. Okay. Wow. The next one after LinkedIn is HireTool, 650 million. Right. We're going to skyrocket. We're introducing a new piece of technology to go through 1.3 billion, access to 1.3 billion jobs, individuals who can do various different jobs. And then that is going to put us on the map, right? No one can compete with us at that level. Of course, those people are not going to be vetted, but we've put a process in place that to vet them in a very short period of time. So we're going to use it to implement that to the market and market that and say, okay, we want to be so far ahead by the time LinkedIn looks or another organization looks similar to those guys, we're too far ahead, right? We've been very silent in relation to our growth till date, but we can't maintain that. We need to have this funding to be able to take us to the next, let's call it propel us to the next level. And then the other piece of the element is what we're giving away. We're looking to give away 10 to 15% of the company. Our contracts, our product, and so on. So has given us an amazing valuation, right? We know that. We know where we are. We know where we're going. And we are looking for investors that are going to come and join us on the journey, similar to what Jeff Bezos had. Come invest and watch your money just grow.
Yeah.
In fact, what we are looking to do is build a dashboard for them to see, okay, how much revenue we're generating. They will see it live. Each investor is going to get an account to see how the revenue is going to go step by step every single day.
Yeah.
Right. We're a very innovative and unique company. We want to do unique things for our investors, for our job seekers, everyone that's involved with us. I hope that answered the question properly.
Yeah. So that's an interesting point, because I don't think any other company has ever built in a dashboard for investors to see the increase in revenue. And because you have these tier one ASX listed, Fortune 500, NASDAQ listed companies who are using you on a daily basis, you can provide that service, which is very interesting for investors who are looking to watch the value of their investment grow daily.
Exactly. It's for us because everything's happening real time.
Yeah, real time. That's very different.
Real time. Everything is real time with us. Hiring is real time. Other people say, and the average hire, just to give you an idea, Daniel, in Australia, it's 55 days.
Wow.
Top companies are doing 44 days.
Wow.
Talenty, they do it within 14 days.
That's incredible.
Great turnover.
That's just the time that we reduce, right? Cost-wise, we can save companies up to 80% in terms of their recruitment cost.
Wow.
80%. So when we go, and at times it's really difficult. It sounds too good to be true. You say, okay, just give us a job right now. Let's put it onto the system and test it for you. Then when they see, they have the aha moment. And then it becomes a tricky part where I just invested tens of millions of dollars on these systems, but this thing is doing it for me for free. Am I going to be made look bad to the senior executive leadership? No, it's not. It's not going to make you look bad. Just start using it slowly until those things runs out, and then you can explode with this thing. And that's what's more appealing, in my opinion, to the investors.
Yep. Okay. So it won't be long before most large corporations are using your platform.
It's absolutely. I want to just stop at corporations. I mean, I'm in talks with various different, let's call it the defense force, bringing cybersecurity personnel into one system. The Australian Army is looking to spend $100 million in a system similar, about 20 to 25% capability of ours, $100 million to build their own one. Yeah. We're pitching to them that why do that? Use our system, and then you can do so much with it, right? So the issue, some of these organizations, I'm not sure if I can mention this, but I'll just mention it because it's common to it's news every day. We're under attack 24/7 as a Western English-speaking countries by some other countries around cybersecurity. The deployment of various professionals who's got capability to defend against those cyber attacks is huge. There's no system at the moment.
Yep.
We're going to be in that. We're going to be that system. In my opinion, we will, if they take it, we will be that system, and we will protect our country.
Yeah. It is common. Well, there's news articles every day about how our countries, any of the Western countries, are attacked under cybersecurity, and the demand for cybersecurity experts is at an all-time high. I read an article the other day that some companies are giving cash bonuses of $50,000 to $100,000 and training up IT professionals to migrate into cybersecurity because there is just a demand for talent.
Google's offering it for you for free. That course costs you, I think it's $62,000. Google's offering everyone for free to study. If people want to do it, we can educate people around cybersecurity. But absolutely right, you nailed it on the head. In relations to offering cybersecurity. Imagine the government being able to look at which vendors have what kind of personnel, right? And they post this thing that this is the issue. Our AI tells them these are the people who can fix that issue for you in light speed.
Yeah. So the government,
Right.
the government will post a job saying, we need, this is our issue. We need professionals who can fix this issue. And then through your system, it goes out and says, well, Westpac has 2, ANZ has 3, Commonwealth Bank has 4, Microsoft has 6, and then says, hey, we want to borrow these people to fix this issue for us. And then we can pay you, we can, give you
Absolutely. So it wouldn't necessarily be the banks, and so those companies will not necessarily share their resources, but it will be the system integrators, consulting companies, SIs, advisory boards, and so on. So those companies who are willing to share resources, that's their business. They will share their resources through our system, and everything, payroll, insurances, contract management, and all that kind of stuff done by our system.
So you're
issues for.
You're finding those talented individuals who are currently working at other companies instead of trying to go out to the open market to find someone to fit. That is powerful.
Agile workforce there. That is agile workforce. That is future of work. That is no job board, no network setup and everything like that. Those people get routed through our system and it gets circulated. Like I said at the start of the day, we're a marketplace. So what do you do in a marketplace? When you go, you buy your milk, your bread, and your clothes. You go to different stores, electronics, and so on. So our system has that now.
Yep. Okay. Wow, that's incredible. We'll leave it there. We'll wrap it up because we could talk all day about this. But for anybody who's watching this video who wants to get in contact with Suror, we'll put the details below. I think it's an incredible opportunity because this changes the talent acquisition space. It changes the HR space. It changes the future of workspace. It provides a holistic approach to finding the right talent, which has not been done before. I think you're on the cusp of something incredible. Because I haven't seen this before. I know the struggles in trying to find the right talent. I know the struggles of trying to find the right company to work for, being both an employee and an employer. So what you're doing is addressing a number of different problems and solving them. So I'm excited to see this space. Thank you very much for jumping on with us. It was great to chat, and I encourage anybody to reach out to Suror and find out more.
Absolutely. Look, mate, thank you very much for making the time. Look forward to speaking to anyone. Just to wrap it up, we're going to be holding an event where we're inviting investors, TA personnel, futurists, and so on. So to talk about different challenges. That event is going to have probably about 200-300 people. It's going to be a virtual event. Just have a listen to what's happening in the industry and then make a decision based on what we recorded here. That's what I would say.
All right, perfect. Share with me those details and I'll send it out for you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day. Stay dry.
Stay dry. Thanks.
Great. Bye.